By 1959, the United States was losing the space race, and the Soviet Union was parading its dominance across the globe. To broadcast their industrial achievements, the USSR launched a global exhibition tour. The centerpiece was a life-size model of their Lunik space probe. But as CIA operatives walked the exhibition floor, they noticed the display was a little too perfect. The weight distribution on the shipping crates was excessively heavy, and the seams on the probe's body weren't molded, they were engineered. Molded fiberglass is for aesthetics. These were machined, interlocking access panels designed for internal maintenance, proof that the sphere wasn't a hollow shell, but a flight-ready spacecraft containing the sensitive hardware used to navigate the moon. Washington needed the engineering data hidden inside that sphere, but they couldn't risk a scandal. Physically stealing the probe would have triggered a massive international incident. The mission required total invisibility. Operatives had to look inside, capture every technical detail, and put the machine back together without leaving a single scratch on the factory finish. This zero-footprint constraint necessitated a high-stakes mechanical autopsy that rivaled the complexity of the spacecraft itself. The opportunity arrived when the exhibition packed up for its next destination. The probe was secured in a massive wooden shipping crate and loaded onto a flatbed truck bound for a local rail yard. The transport schedule gave the CIA an extremely narrow window to act. They had only a few hours of darkness before the morning shift began. As the truck moved through the city, undercover operatives hijacked the transport and diverted it into a pre-secured, rusted-out salvage yard. The gates locked behind them. Working in a freezing, pitch-black shipping crate, the team carefully lowered themselves inside. They were now physically trapped in a box with the enemy's most valuable technology. Any delay or mistake meant exposure at dawn. The operational environment was brutal. To maintain silence, the team worked in sub-freezing temperatures, using only the muffled glow of red lens flashlights to see. They began a meticulous disassembly. Every screw and panel was removed and cataloged in sequence for perfect reassembly. Moving deeper, they extracted the payload capsule, mapping its center of gravity and the exact weight distribution of the instruments. Operatives used covert cameras to capture every wiring diagram and engine mount on 35mm film. This data provided the first look at how Soviet instruments were insulated to survive the vacuum and extreme temperatures of space. Every frame of developed film represented a physical harvest of the Soviet space program's most guarded technical secrets. As the first hint of blue touched the horizon, the team shifted the operation into reverse. Reassembly required hyper-precision. Wires were routed back to their original positions, and every panel was tightened with the exact torque used by Soviet mechanics to ensure the intrusion remained invisible. The operatives sealed the crate with the original locks, wiped down the surfaces, and drove the truck back out into the morning fog. When Soviet guards took possession of the crate at the rail yard, they found the seals intact and the manifest perfect. They loaded the probe onto the train, completely unaware of what had happened. When the film was developed of Langley weeks later, American engineers finally had the blueprints they had been missing. This intelligence removed the guesswork from American rocket design. By seeing the exact power requirements and weight of the Soviet payload, U.S. engineers could finally calibrate their own launches to match their rivals' performance. The United States didn't just close the gap with better budgets, they did it because of a flawless, invisible heist in a dark salvage yard.
If you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'll see you in the next one.